You can track your steps, you can track your sleep score, your VO2 max. There's metrics for almost anything. What if you could track the one score that matters? The quality of your life. On paper, you're doing well, you've built a career, the income, the lifestyle. It looks great from the outside. But on the inside, it feels flat. It feels like the game stopped changing. Still a challenge, but the wins all feel like versions of the same win. There's a quiet sense that you've outgrown the life you created. You feel stuck in it. Your nervous system knows the truth long before your mind can admit it. It already has a score for how alive your life actually feels. Now, what if you could see that real life quality score, like on your Fitbit, track it based on the way you feel, where your life's going? What if you could drill down to what you need to fix and change where you need to take action? I'm Dean Whitney. I'm a Harvard Medical School trained life coach. I'm a neuroscience coach and a polyvagal practitioner. I've spent almost 2 decades developing the Get Better framework and working with entrepreneurs and leaders and athletes. And what I've learned has completely changed my life. In this video, we're going to do 3 things. First, I'll show you why high achievers get stuck in a different way, why adding just more vacations and stuff and success doesn't actually move the needle. Second, we'll break down the 4 essential drives that actually determine your real quality of life score. Third, I'll show you how to identify the levers, the things that you need to do to actually tweak that score and keep your life moving in the right direction. So let's start with the quiet problem most successful people don't really talk about. You do the things you're here to do, you learn, you master, right? You build, you lead, you create something real, a company, a team, a body of work, your reputation, and then at some point the curve flattens, right? It feels like Groundhog Day, or like you're still performing, maybe better than ever. New deals, new clients, new projects, but at a deeper level, it feels like the same game on repeat. From the outside, it looks like growth. On the inside, it feels like a loop. And maybe you're trying all the things, the cold plunges and the morning routines, and it just kind of seems like the same stuff. And your mind starts doing what it's designed to do. It's trying to protect this version of your life. It's like, look, it feels fine, this works, people rely on me, the bills are paid, and new things kind of feel dangerous. We can't just walk away, right? Like, what would he even do? What if I change it and it all falls apart? So on the surface, you keep saying, I'm good. Maybe I just need some more, some creatine or some other thing. But underneath is this low level feeling of, if I'm so successful, shouldn't I feel better than I do? And this is how high achievers get stuck. Not because your life is falling apart, but because it's working. Just not in the way that makes you feel amazing. All right, so we're going to solve this. First, you need to really understand your 4 essential drives. Your biology plays a huge role in this. This has been evolving over millions of years, right? So from birth, you're wired to survive. You need attachment, connection, because you literally can't survive alone during those formative years. And we want to create, and I don't mean like artwork, but I mean you want to make stuff that fits your unique wiring. And you want that stuff to have an impact, to make things better, for people to be appreciative of it. And we want to grow, so equally across all these areas. And when these drives are all equally fed and growing, you feel amazing, and your nervous system knows you're on track. When any area is neglected, you feel off. It's your nervous system protecting you and alerting you that something is off. Think about it like this. The human being is 2 parts. There's the human, the nervous system, the biological conditioning, your personality, and then there's the being. That's your true self, your consciousness, that part of you that is aware of everything that's happening. And when you can tap into the being, and this is really through mindfulness, you can detect these old patterns more easily, like chasing safety and validation, and the next hit of recognition, and be observant of those dopamine patterns and be fully aligned with your authentic self, right? That's where this feeling of an invisible ceiling can come in, is when we're so in the survival mode, the human part, and we're really not connected to the being, that part of you that is sitting there going, why did I just say that? Or is like, when you're fully present, you're self-aware. Let's talk more about the quality of life score. Imagine you could open an app and like right next to your sleep score, VO2 max was a number that reflected your life overall. That score would be a reflection of your average emotional state, how fully your core drives are being met, connection, creativity, impact, and growth, along with your conscious awareness would affect your emotional state. There's a model from David Hawkins called the Map of Consciousness, which is shown as an emotional scale, like a vibrational scale. It's not an actual thing you can track or see with an MRI, but it's a sensible pattern. At the bottom of the scale is the survival states like shame and guilt and fear, and those states drain energy and narrow your perspective. At the top of this are states like love, joy, peace, right? You might experience as flow and presence and deep gratitude. And these states give you energy, creativity, clarity. And at about 200 is the turning point called courage, right? Below that are emotions that pull you down into survival mode. Above courage, emotions tend to lift you up and make you feel like anything's possible. If we translated that into a life quality score, it would be an indicator of what's happening with your drives. If you're dipping below the courage line, if you're in survival mode, you're stressed, resentful, anxious, disappointed, you look at your relationships, at your work. Are you being challenged? Are you learning? Look for your impact. Are you making a difference? The more time you spend above that line, calm, clear, engaged, challenged in a good way, what am I doing right here? Where should I spend more time and focus? These are indicators that can help drive you as you focus your life and future plans. You don't move the average by forcing yourself to think positive. In the Get Better framework, I have a system for tracking your 4 drives, your reason for living, and the growth pillars. First, it's your calling. This is your reason for getting out of bed. The work you do, the problem you solve, the way you create value. And this is an ongoing cycle. It's learning, mastering, and then it's creating, leading, evolving, creating your unique spin on it. And it becomes about transforming what you've built and handing parts of it off so you can become something more, step into the next version of what you create, what you contribute. High achievers get stuck when they've outgrown their current calling, but their identity and everyone around them is still invested in that version. Your life quality score drops not because you're failing, but because you're succeeding at something that no longer fully challenges you. It's the law of diminishing returns, right? But it's like if you had the best meal of your life, some amazing James Beard, wonderful meal that just blew your mind, you'd want to have it again. But if you had it 2 times a day, it wouldn't take long before you would never want to eat that again, right? Your calling is a continuously growing, evolving thing. It's contextual. It's based on where you are right now, what's happening in the world, your unique gifts, everyone you know, so you continue to build and grow from where you are. For that to work at its peak level, you need a solid growth foundation. So your foundation consists of 3 pillars: health, connection, and resources. So when I say health, I really mean mental, physical, and what you call spiritual, your consciousness. Your nervous system regulation, your sleep, your movement, your nutrition, your ability to be present. Harvard created this thing called SR, self-awareness, self-regulation, and self-transcendence. So that basically means self-awareness is noticing what you're feeling, metacognition, real time, the way you feel inside, interoception. And then self-regulation is being able to take that information and choose to stay calm and to regulate your emotions. And then self-transcendence is so you're able to really connect with other people. It's pro-social, to move out of yourself, to calm the inner voice. And every time you catch yourself about to snap in traffic or worried about a money situation, you breathe, you come back to the present. You know that you're gonna solve this. So far, not one single problem you've had has killed you. Am I right? You have the same problems, but you can solve them much better when you're calm. So health, mental, physical, spiritual, is your first pillar of foundation. The next pillar is connection. There's a famous Harvard study of development over 75 years where they found something simple. Over the long term, the quality of your relationships is the strongest predictor of health and happiness. You can be wildly successful and emotionally malnourished. If your connections are shallow, conflict-filled, or purely transactional, your nervous system sits in a low-grade threat state that quietly pulls your emotional average down the Hawkins scale, right? Even if every external box is checked, your biology is just not going to feel good. And it's like a drain. It's like a energy suck that just makes you a little less. The third pillar, resources. And that's not just money, right? It's your reputation, your network, your skills and experience, your education. Resources give you freedom. Freedom to make decisions, freedom to make decisions from a place of choice, not fear. And that again raises your life quality score. To know that your life is a blank canvas if you decide to paint something. So imagine you're calling, learning, mastering, evolving, sitting on the three pillars: health, connections, and resources. Your life only feels as stable as the weakest of those three pillars. When one pillar is underdeveloped, you feel it, even if you can't name it. If health is weak, everything else is technically kind of shaky, right? If relationships are weak, it's a three-dimensional pillars, right? You can't just rely on the other two. So this constant drama, or if your resources are overexposed or there's something shaky going on in there, then one bad month of the market and then you're feeling really off. So from the outside, you look successful, but on the inside, it feels hard. And you're always kind of bracing for impact, waiting for that other shoe to fall. And you might not even know it. You might not feel it, but it does drain from what you're capable of. It drags your emotional average down on the Hawkins scale, and it lowers your score. And I'm going to tell you something. People are wondering about their purpose in life. I can tell you right now what your purpose in life is. It's to live your best life. It's to live the highest possible score, to have it always going up. You're not going to get to 1,000. You're not going to be the Dalai Lama. But if you focus on trying to get there, it's always going to be going up, and you're always going to be feeling better. And when things get hard, you're going to come back faster. That is what your purpose is, because that will not only benefit you, it'll benefit everyone around you. So you can keep track of your calling, your pillars. You can do it in a journal. You can read my book and dig deeper. I invite you to click the link in the description and try the Life Quality Calculator for free. It takes about 3 minutes. And if this resonated with you, stay connected here. You are a gift. Stay present.